Good YouTube, it's Arion, and today we got 10 places in Michigan you should never move to. Now, I did one of these videos, like, I don't know what to call these, just random videos, but they fun. And this one, maybe it's not gonna be fun, maybe it's gonna be interesting. But, you know, let's see what the top 10 places in Michigan you should never move to is. If you're new, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you don't got post notifications on, all notifications. Leave a like or dislike, I don't care. And comment or send me some stuff to react to or some stuff to do. You know, so I could be consistent.
Michigan, the land of Wolverines.
Hey, hold on.
The region of...
I hope like 3 places that I've been to, not on here. They probably is. I only been to Flint, Detroit, Saginaw. I don't think I've been nowhere else in Michigan. Yeah, I don't think I've been nowhere else in Michigan. But I heard it's a lot of Michigan that's nice though.
Of lakes, the domain of all who hunt. Some might say Michigan's the prettiest state of all. It's an outdoor paradise, and there's really pretty farms everywhere. The people are super cool, most of them.
People is cool though.
A lot. Just like about every other state in our fine nation, Michigan has its good and its bad. It's not all like this. Many of the state's largest cities are more like this. For the next 12 minutes, we're going to talk about the bad places in Michigan. Some I've been to and seen firsthand. Others were suggested by you. But all the places we're going to talk about rank terribly when you measure good things that Michiganders care about. There won't be many surprises. Is your hood going to be on here? Are there going to be any places from the UP? We'll find out.
What's the UP?
So let's delay that trip to Myers and hop in the pickup truck.
Hey.
We're going to visit the worst places to live in Michigan.
What's the worst places? God, that means
Where's this?
hurt my ears.
This could be anywhere in Michigan. But
Where's
it's not
this?
just anywhere. It's the city of Inkster, a little city in Wayne County, about halfway between downtown Detroit and the airport.
Who stay
Or
at
as some
Inkster?
people call it, Stinkster.
Stinkster.
Why, might you
Who
ask?
stay at
Is little
Stinkster?
Inkster struggling? Crime and poverty mostly. I mean, that's going to define most of the bad places to live in this state. Inkster is the 11th most dangerous city in Michigan. I mean, look at the crime. Clearly, Detroit's a dump, but that darker colored square right there, that's Inkster. Back in the day, hard-working Americans who worked in Henry Ford's Dearborn factories lived here in Inkster. But this place is way different now, fella. You can buy a home here for $25,000. Your mortgage payment would be about $162 a month, which is like basically nothing. This guy says it's just plain ghetto, which is mean. Somebody else says it's even worse than E-Course. It's a place where living the hood life is embraced, and there are gangs that roam the streets, and that is just so mean of him to say that.
Yeah.
Our pickup truck did not take on any gunfire, so that's good, but we still have a while to go. Our next stop is in Battle Creek, or Battle Crack. Now, I'm not making up all these nicknames. That's all you mean Michiganders making up all these weird monikers. Battle Creek is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, sort of by Kalamazoo. Now, on paper, Battle
I've been to
Creek is
Kalamazoo.
bad, but not bad. The only statistic that Battle Creek ranks terribly on is crime. It's the 9th most dangerous place in the state. But you Michiganders would not stop sending me notes to let me know how much you say you think Battle Creek is bad. And one leading website, kinda, called it the 2nd worst city
If
to
you're
raise
watching
kids
this and
in
you
the
from
whole
any of these
country.
cities, let me
The only
know.
worst place to raise a kid in is a little place in the middle of New Mexico. A quarter of kids here
Shout out
live
to
in
all
poverty,
y'all weak ass
only a
dangerous
fifth
cities
of Battle Creek
that
children
they do
attend
not
preschool,
want you to be in.
and only
Shout out to all
75%
y'all,
of teens
all
ever
10.
graduate. It's pretty sad, actually, that kids start off life with such a setback. Drugs are bad here too, but there's always good things to talk about, right?
They got bad
like
drugs.
Battle Creek is still a leading center point for
That mean they got
cereal
the fake
manufacturers. Despite a majority of cereal jobs having moved away, these big cereal companies continue to invest in the community of Battle Creek. So let's hope this city can make a comeback. Now let's all thank the hard-working Battle Creekians who work so hard to prepare that cereal that we get to enjoy for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Lucky Charms? I ain't had some of those in a minute.
Let's hop on 94 and head east. We'll go about 40 miles until we come to Jackson, or as Michigan folks call it, Little Detroit. Now, outlying Jackson County isn't so bad, but you better be packing in some parts near downtown. That's likely the reason.
I wonder is dude who made this video from Michigan. I feel like you shouldn't make this video unless you from Michigan. But I ain't gonna say too much, man. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say, bro, we in the little D, or we finna go to the little D. Like, nobody call it Little Detroit. I don't know. Do people call that Little Detroit?
The population here is about half of what it was at the peak in the 1930s when they were still making automobiles. This astute Jacksonite says he would like to see Jackson bulldozed. He says crime and drugs are out of control, police are overwhelmed, there aren't any decent jobs, and the buildings are tired and worn out, and there's a big prison in town, which is probably overcrowded. All of that may be true, but there's still plenty of good auto-related jobs here for those who are motivated to get out of bed and obtain them. Famous people from Jackson include venerable actor James Earl Jones, a few sorta notable athletes, and Miss USA 2019 Chesley Christ. Ow! Michigan's capital, sadly, is a bad place to live, apparently, according to the people in the state of Michigan. On paper, it isn't terrible. It's low, but not wow low. Crime is the 13th worst, and incomes and poverty levels are in the bottom 15%. But it was clear from a previous video I did that you guys insisted I include Lansing in an updated video. I actually visited this city on a bleak winter day and saw some of the worst parts of town. It was sketchy, but by far not the worst place I've seen. And you have Michigan State, one of the best universities in the nation, nearby in East Lansing. To be honest, I really couldn't find anything really bad about Lansing. I mean, it's bad, but not Nick Johnson bad. Or is it? Let us know in the comments below. However, I will say, the one bad part about Lansing is Gretchen's from here. Hopefully Governor Whitmer doesn't send me any angry tweets. Actually, I don't really care if she does. Okay, we have a tie, folks, for our 6th worst place to live in Michigan. It's Muskegon Heights and Highland Park. Both are teeny places with about 10,000 people. Muskegon Heights is a struggling community just south of Muskegon along the Lake Michigan shoreline. The out-of-work rate is the 6th worst in the state, where about 15% of the community hasn't worked in a long time. That just sound like Muskegon. Just sound like may not ever work again.
It just sound like it's supposed to snow there all year round. That's to me. It just sound like it's supposed to snow there all year round.
But it's the crime that's so bad.
And it sound like a city where, like, I don't know, like,
it's the most violent place in the whole state, where you have a 1 in 20 chance of being the victim of a crime. The high school dropout rate here is 30%. And the number of convenience stores per capita is the 4th highest too.
Why it's not snow there?
Highland Park is the 2nd most dangerous place per capita in Michigan, and where half of the community lives in poverty, sadly. Hence, a reason you can buy a house for $5,000. What the? It just needs some paint, and it looks haunted. Actually, it kind of looks like a home from a sad children's novel.
Why he go pick the worst crib,
this miserable place? Just outside of Detroit. Pontiac has had a miserable time of late.
Oh, I've been to Pontiac.
The stats. Pontiac ranks 9th for people out of work, 12th for lowest home values, 8th for violent crimes, and interestingly, 1st worst for number of people with health insurance. Nearby is Bloomfield Hills, but these two places are nothing alike. Poor Pontiac. They've been neglected a lot. First in the 60s, they covered over the Clinton River in concrete. That sucks. Then in 2002, the Lions moved from the Silverdome to downtown. Then the Silverdome got demolished. Then in 2009, Pontiac Motors shut down, as did other car makers, leaving 20,000 people out of work. Then in 2011, Pontiac's police department shut down. A year later, the fire department shuttered. And then a lot of schools closed. I mean, how much neglect can one city take? My God, my God. They're trying to make a comeback here. There's lots of discussion about how Pontiac is no longer underwater financially and how new businesses and developments are beginning here. So that's fabulous. Oh wait, millennials are leading the way? Okay, never mind. Sorry, Pontiac.
Now, I know they did not just give me an advertisement. I know they did not just do that to me. I do not want to see this. Let me report it. Hold on, let me report it. There's no way.
Huh.
No way.
Wonder if that happened in Pontiac or Jackson. Sucks. We only have a handful of more stops, so let's see if we can make it back to the township without any more problems. Our next stop is in Saginaw. Sag Nasty.
I have heard Saginaw get called Sag Nasty.
Place to live. Saginaw used to be a great place. Now it's filled
I heard Saginaw get called Sag Nasty.
Lumber jobs left here years ago. There's no plan here to improve except demolishing both publicly owned properties and abandoned homes.
That's
The
what I
city
call
estimates
Draymond.
there's
I call
about
him stagnant.
2,000 buildings that need to be raised to combat blight and crime.
There's an old part of Saginaw, which is not as good as New Saginaw, and the east side is the worst of all Saginaw sides.
East side always the worst
Who's our
side of
third worst
everything.
city in Michigan?
If you stay on
Benton,
the
Harlem.
east,
Benton, Harlem? That's not nice, Mappy.
That's what everyone there calls it.
Okay, I think that's really insensitive. Why is Benton Harbor so bad?
According to my data, Benton, Harlem is a place for hood rats.
Okay, Mappy, that might be the most insensitive thing you've ever said. Sorry, everyone. Okay, I'm looking at Mappy's data, and yes, things are not good here. This little inner city
So
along
that's
Lake
what the
Michigan
hood rats
shoreline has the 5th highest unemployment rate and the 5th highest dropout rate. It's also the 3rd highest in the state for crime.
So he's kind of right. He just needed to say it more delicately.
The unemployment rate here is insane,
Wait.
and so many people are on welfare.
we letting this white man call us hood rats? Is that what I'm saying? Is this white man calling us hood rats? Hold on, white man. Hold on. Well, not everybody, but he said dropouts.
Benton, Harlem? That's not nice, Mappy.
That's what everyone there calls it.
Okay, I think that's really insensitive. Why is Benton Harbor so bad?
According to my data, Benton, Harlem is a place for hood rats.
Okay, Mappy, that might be the most insensitive thing you've ever said. Sorry, everyone. Okay, I'm looking at Mappy's data, and yes, things are not good here. This little inner city along the Lake Michigan shoreline has the 5th highest unemployment rate and the 5th highest dropout rate. It's also the 3rd highest in the state for crime.
So he's kind of...
So, if you commit a crime, or you dropped out, or you unemployed, your ass is a hood rat. Listen enough, white man. Who the fuck is you to tell us? Who is this man? Hold on, Mr. Sir. What is his name? What is your name, Mr. Sir? What, Nick Johnson? Listen, Nick Johnson. Fuck you.
Kind of right. He just needed to say it more delicately.
The unemployment rate here is insane, and so many people are on welfare. There were riots here in 2003, and parts of this community still haven't recovered. But they are making a comeback too. They've cleaned up downtown, and they built a championship PGA course, some trendy new restaurants and breweries and shops and marinas and hotels. And they have a super good
Get through my
football
vibe,
team,
boy.
so that's fabulous. Blame the unions, blame free trade,
Detroit.
blame innovation. Whoever
I've been
you
there.
want to pin the blame on for Detroit's demise, you'd probably be correct. Entire areas of Detroit have been demolished and turned back to nature. Crime's deplorable. Half of all murders in the whole state are within Detroit's city limits. And the COVID thing and the BLM protests have made murders spike here even higher. We know how bad the crime is here and how poor a lot of the people are. It's in the top 5 in the nation for both. And we hear about a Detroit renaissance happening.
In
But
the nation.
damn. Here's an interesting
Top
note.
5 in the
It's
nation.
estimated that up to
Our nation.
70% of murders in Detroit are drug related. Okay, so that's refreshing. Stay out of trouble and your chances of dying here drop drastically. But thank you to
That's
the people
everywhere.
in Detroit for all the hard work you did in building our first cars and other vehicles. Thanks to the people in this state for the huge part you played in World War II. Much of our nation's innovation and growth was due to the hardworking people in the metro Detroit area. Our worst place to live in Michigan is Flint. I mean, you
Hey,
can swap these
I know
last
that
two cities
city.
around and nobody can really argue either
I'm
way.
from there. I know
It's
that.
dangerous and poor.
That's the MBK place.
Detroit actually has some
What?
life to it.
Look at
And
that.
drinkable
That's
water.
crazy. Oh,
Of
no, it
course,
ain't.
the automobile industry scaled back tremendously here, which is the
That's-
reason
I just
Flint
thought that was-
and many of
that's
the other
crazy.
cities we talked about have struggled. When the car companies
When they got
left,
closer, I saw
everything
it.
left with them. The dreams, jobs, people. But is this just a case of lack of innovation? Are there no other industries that places like Flint and Saginaw and Pontiac can attract? Are the people not skilled enough to learn a new trade? Have these places just given up? Kind of seems like it.
What
Like
is he
many other
talking
cities
about?
on this list, Flint needs some soul searching. Or people can just continue to leave. Flint residents
Oh,
who sell
I
their
know where
homes
he at.
could probably walk away with $75K if they owned it outright. And then they could
How
go
old
and
is
get a
this
nice
video? Is
peaceful
Jimmy John's
place
right there?
up in
Yep,
the U.
Jimmy John's right there.
Okay, so that's it. Our truck driving tour of the worst places in Michigan. While Michigan has so many great areas, these are not them. Now, if you're moving to Michigan, consider yourself warned. And if you already live in one of the cities we talked about, well, it could be worse. You could live in Ohio. Yuck. And now some bad cities.
Hey, nigga, where you from, cuz?
Michigan, you were so great way back when. Now it seems like your cities are way far gone. If it wasn't for these spots.
Hey, dude, man. What the fuck is your problem, cuz? I don't want to hear that shit. I ain't care to hear this. Hear no city lullaby. I'm trying to see what the 10 places in Michigan you don't want to go to. Hey, y'all. That's it for that video. Cuz getting carried away. Nigga trying to rap, trying to sing melodies to me. I don't want to hear that. And he called us hood rats. I was ready to get off here. But y'all, that's it for that, man. Y'all send me some more stuff to react to, some more stuff to do. My Instagram is in the description down below. I don't really got much to say, y'all. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a like, dislike. Don't matter. I'm out. Be smooth.